Yeah. Yeah. Shit is out there, we like to party. Listen up, yeah, it's time to start it. And I know you got it. If you're with me, let's rock this party. All the girls on the side say, and all my fellas on the side say, tonight we're gonna fly high to the skies, 'cause we're gonna have the taste of the good life. Here we go, up. We're gonna rock this club till it blows up. Yeah, we're gonna live a good life. Yeah, we're gonna do it all day. Tonight, we're gonna live the good life. Alright, let's go and live the good life, the good life. Tonight, we're gonna live the good life. Alright, let's go and live the good life.
Hello, everybody. Glad you made it for the second show. This had a lot of fun last week and looking forward to a lot of fun this week. I know these live shows take a little bit of work, and I spent a little bit of time on it today, but hopefully I put together some things to make it fun and exciting for me and you. So I'm glad to see we have so many people here already. We had Lindy Lou was my very first person in chat today, and followed right behind by Sarah on Q's Cruisers. So I'm glad to have everybody here. And Just Dave is here tonight. I've seen him in here. MGM Family Travel, glad to see you're here as well. And Janice from JP Travel Adventures, you're here. Thank you. And see Life Adventures with Pam and Rich, glad to see you guys here too. So it's and California Cruisers, there you go. Glad to have you here too. It's going to be a fun night, and I'm looking forward to trying out some new things. And I've got news for those that haven't already heard it. So we'll see how the evening goes here. Hope you all had a great day. Oh shoot, I'm bumping the thing, making me jiggle again. I got to get used to that. So I went to my local travel agent today to pick up some information. So I had to wear my little travel shirt here. If you can't see it, it says, I haven't been everywhere yet, but it's on my list. I figured it seemed that was pretty appropriate for me. Texans Who Travel, Don and Heather, glad to see you guys are here. The Gaylors are here as well. So I'm glad to see people still rolling in. It's good to have that support. I know there's a lot of competition for time to go on right now, and so I appreciate that. If you like the show, make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit the like button and share me, so other people find out about me as well. The more people find out, the more we can come up with things to do here. And we can all have a lot of fun. And I'm trying to work better at watching the chat tonight. So excuse me if I keep kind of hesitating while I'm looking. I can see what all the people talk about being hard to do everything at once. Okay. Let's see. So I hope everybody's had a good week this week. I know mine's been busy. I've had a lot of ideas to think about. And for those of you who haven't heard, I might be moving. And my show is moving to a new time slot tomorrow at 5. I'm going to do another show tomorrow. Papa Mozo gave me his time slot, and I thought that would be a good time slot because there's other people using this time slot. So tomorrow I'm going to try the 5 o'clock Central Time, be 6 Eastern time slot, so we can see how that works, and maybe that will be my new weekly time slot. So since there's less competition at that time. I'm just trying to kind of maneuver around and see what works best. I don't like to step on people's toes, and so it'll be kind of good to experiment with some different times, and also hopefully you'll be able to come join me then. And for the big news, not only will I be moving the show, but I might be moving me. Yep, kind of gave it some thought, and wanted to kind of make some changes. So I decided to this past weekend, I was thinking, well, actually last week, that I'm on our homeowners board, and they were talking about all the homes going for sale here and the kind of prices they've been getting. And I thought, well, maybe it's time to look and see what kind of price I can get for the house, because I was thinking of moving in a few years, but if I can get a good price now, why not? So I called a realtor, had him come over and talk with me and see what we could do. And he thought we could get a good price for the house. And so I started thinking some more and got in touch with some realtors down in Florida. We're looking at possibilities of places there. It's really hard to shop for a place to live when you're thousands of miles away, but we're working on it, see what we can come up with. And if everything goes well, I hope to have my house cleaned up and ready to put on the market by June. And I would like to get it sold so that I can move down to Florida in July. And I want to get moved before August 1st, because that's when I go on my big European trip. And I won't be home much to do anything in August. So, and then I've got trips in September as well. So if I ain't moved by then, I'll have to wait till probably like October before I can move. So we'll have to see what happens. I have a dumpster coming tomorrow, and so I can start cleaning everything out. I've got a lot of stuff to clean out here, and a lot of years of accumulating stuff and trying to make. I'm a pack rat. Well, let's be honest. I don't like to get rid of things, so it's going to be hard to figure. And ideally, I would like to leave here with my clothes, my electronics, and my animals, and start all over fresh in Florida. If I have problems going through stuff and it gets to be too emotional and too hard to say, well, I really want to keep this, really keep that, I may just end up packing things up and leaving and finding somebody to do an estate sale or something and sell everything for me so I don't have to look at it, because most of the stuff that I'll be going through I haven't looked at in years, so it's not really important stuff. And I know what stuff I would want to have with me, so we'll just kind of play it by ear and see what happens. Speaking of my trips and stuff, for anybody interested, let me find that. I've got a little video here, shows some of the trips I have coming up. So hold on a second here. Well, anyway, there's my list of trips. As you can see, this month I hope to be sailing on the Mississippi River. It looks like it's going to go. They've been allowing us to book excursions. They sent us an email last week saying everybody has to have vaccines, which I thought was a little soon. after all, I mean, the trip is like less than 3 weeks, and if you haven't got your shots by now, it'd be kind of hard to get them all done in time by 3 weeks for some people. So it'll be interesting to see how many people are actually on the boat when we get there. But of course, next month, Punta Cana. We're gonna get back to an all inclusive since we can't cruise. So we got about a dozen of us, I think, right now, maybe a little bit more that are going there. So that should be a lot of fun. And then I'll be home all June, and it sounds like I'll be pretty busy for June. So we'll kind of see what goes on. Let's take a look back here at the chat and see what's we got some new people in here. Great. I see we got Gary Krebs. Thanks a lot for showing up tonight. I appreciate that. And good old Anthony Simone. So you can't go wrong when Anthony's around. Let's see here. I want to experiment here. He was telling me the other day, and let's see. If I thought I just needed to click on some buttons and I could make people a moderator, but maybe it's not working. Maybe I have to be logged into a different account to do that. I'll have to experiment with it sometime because it's not giving me that option. I'm logged in as me, Deweyski, and not Dewey's Destination, so maybe that's it. I'll have to experiment. And we've got Karen Carter. Hey, good to see you. And D&G Explorers. And glad to see you guys here, Greg and Derek. And Chris from See the World with Chris. Glad to see you there. Can't wait to get out on another trip with all of these people. They're wonderful people. And it's going to be a lot of fun. And we just kind of keep waiting for those times to come about. And going through the list here, Blaine's here. How you feeling, Blaine? I hope you're doing better. From Rayleigh Creative Travel. Glad to see he's here tonight. And Paul Vines, thanks for coming tonight. I see you're here. Thank you. So we got a good crowd of people coming in here tonight. Looks like we've got just not about the chat scrolls on you. Yeah, we got 23 people so far and 17 thumbs up. So if you like what you're seeing, please hit subscribe and hit the thumbs up and share us, and so we can all have a little bit of fun with it and all. So let me know what you guys have coming up in the very near future here. You've seen my trips now, and I talk about them often enough. I know there's quite a few people going to be sailing in June on the what is it? Royals got a ship going out June 12th. How many of you guys are going to be on that ship? So I wish I could have been on that one, but I've got something else going on at home here I need to stay home for. So I almost signed up for it and was like this close to hitting the payment button. And then I checked my calendar and realized, can't quite do that. So it's like, well, next time we'll get out there with everybody. Let's see here. Trying to look at the chat on the other big monitor so I can catch things. It's hard to read this chat in StreamYard sometimes. And I know there's a lot of different group trips coming up. So I've got a little video here for the group trips, but unfortunately, when I created all this stuff, I thought it'd be the kind of thing where I could just re-upload every time I updated it and it would replace it, but it doesn't do that. It causes a whole new one. So I think I actually have a Dewey's Destinations or just Dewey It website. So I think I'm going to post that kind of information on a page there. It'd be easier to update, and then people can. I want to kind of find one source for everybody to be able to go to and find out all the different group events. And I call them events because they're not always cruises these days. And find it all in one spot. And then also that way I can link it to the different people's pages and stuff. So I'll get working on that, and hopefully everybody can look at and share that way. But in the meantime, Okay, well, I've got a new segment I want to try out on this show. And let's see if I can figure out one moment. Everybody's always doing cruise news. Well, that gets overdone, and I don't want to be. So I decided to come up with my own version. I'm calling it Cruise News. Just a little play on it, a little different. But I'm going to put a little humor in some of the cruise stories because so many people get tired of listening to the same old stories going round and round. So see what you think of some of these crazy ideas that I come up with. Of course, the number one thing everybody's been hearing about today, that Florida governor announced that they will sue the federal government and the CDC, demanding cruise ships to be allowed to sail. Great news, right? Well, you know why he wants to do all of that? Because he wants to offer to stop sailing of multi-million-dollar yachts full of all these partying socialites in exchange so that they can be fined for all of their antics and parties. So, see, they're finding ways they want to make money anyway. So, of course, these are all just jokes and stuff. They're not serious news, but they're just my humorous twists on them. And of course, Carnival Cruise Line has canceled all their cruises through the end of June now. That kind of cut a few more people off. And fortunately, I didn't have any cruises with them in June, so I didn't lose any on that one. But you know why they did that? CDC wasn't responsible for that closure. Someone lost the keys to all the ships, which were kept in a mayonnaise jar buried in a beach off Miami Beach. And they can't find the keys. So until they find the keys, sorry, the ship's just got to sit there and wait. So if you're out there beachcombing on the beach, find a jar full of keys, let Carnival know. They may need them. I know it's silly, but another bit of news. NCL, they submitted plans to the CDC to restart cruising from the U.S. ports by the 4th of July. Good idea, right? Everybody'd love to be started by then. It's halfway through summer already. Well, it seems that they have plans to go around the CDC rulings by offering them some new classes of cruise rates. And in these new classes, that includes, my screen just disappeared on me. Okay. It includes rowing your own boat out to the ship in international waters. Then you're not taking off from the U.S. ports. Or you could fly with parasailing and drop you off in the water and you swim to the ship. Or my little favorite, the new way to get out to the ships without having to go to a foreign port. You can get towed behind in a Sarah-tube. And then once you get in international waters, then they'll reel you in and let you on the ship. So I'm sorry, Sarah. I just had to do that. But can you just picture a whole bunch of Sarah-tubes being pulled behind a cruise ship? Oh, that'd be fun. That'd be fun. But anyway, that's my last bit of news for the cruise news. The pressure is ramping up on the U.S. government to restart cruising. Well, I have a feeling that the government will give in on it because government employees and senators and other political figures, they kind of feel that they're long overdue for a vacation too because they couldn't go anywhere. So they keep feeling like maybe they can be the first ones on the ships if they approve them to sail. So I bet they all have little secret agendas. So, but that's my little humorous twist on the cruise news. None of these stories that I read twist on that. So hopefully you guys enjoyed those. Let me know what you think, and I may keep it up, or if nobody liked them, then I may not even pass them up. I see Janice was saying, yep, in a Hellman's jar. That's what I had in mind. Can you imagine that, finding all the ship keys? Oh, goodness. And yeah, I had a feeling I'd get that response from Sarah. Let me see if I can get in here and highlight that. Yeah, I promised you you'd be featured on my show tonight. You just didn't think it'd be quite like that, did you? Oh, but it was fun. It was all meant in fun. And so, um, oh, Lindy Lou come up with a good idea. A helicopter drop off. There you go. So I don't know how many ships have a helipad, but or you could just be let down on a rope like they used to do with the old I Love Lucy show and stuff when she was brought down on a ship. So that would be fun way to get out to a cruise ship with a little bit of a excitement. Oh goodness. But we're just praying that we get out there on the cruise ships here soon. So now what other exciting ways can you think of to get out on a cruise ship when they can't come into ports to get us? That could be a lot of fun. Hey Larry, glad to see you're here. Yes, I do cruise solo. Well, I always cruise solo, but sometimes on the group cruises, at least I know a bunch of other people. Sometimes I just know a few people. Sometimes I don't know anybody at all, and I'm perfectly fine with that. I enjoy getting out to um, try different things by myself because I meet up with a lot of people and I end up having a whole ship full of friends before the trip's over anyway. So I know on my Panama Canal cruise before it was half over, I think I knew half the people on that ship. Since every time I turned around, somebody else was calling my name or we were talking, and I got to be kind of known for that. It seems so. But as you can see, I'm not a very quiet and shy little person. I tend to talk a lot. Let's say here we got okay, good. Brian Hutchins from the Facebook. Want to know where the other website is? Are you talking about the YouTube site? If you go to YouTube and search for Dewey's Destinations, you'll find it as well. And my website is called deweysdestinations.com, or just deweyit.com will get you there as well. Hope to get that updated with some information like on the cruises and the group cruises and stuff here real soon. I got a lot of things I'm working on at the same time. So any of those places, you'll be able to find it. And let's see. Okay, Lindy Lou is responding that not if she had anything to do with it about my solo cruising. I keep inviting her to go on cruises with me a lot. One of these days, she'll actually take me up on it. I could be in trouble then too, couldn't I? Just kidding, Linda. Oh, it'd be a lot of fun, I'm sure. Oh, let's see what else we got here. Spikers. Hey, Cindy, glad to see you here tonight. So it's good to have you here. So I'm looking forward to the cruise with you guys and getting a chance to meet up with you. So hopefully, sometime in the next 2 years, with all the different group cruises that I'm on, I'll get to know and meet everybody at least once. So, oh my God, the Down Under Cruisers, Australia is in the house. Thanks a lot, guys. Glad to see you here as well. Looking forward to getting a chance to meet you guys. Of course, we got your cruise next year, but hopefully, you guys will let us come for New Year's, and then I can come meet you while I'm in the country for that trip of mine. And so we'll get to meet each other one way or the other. But in the meantime, I'm glad to have you all as friends online. Let's see. Yeah, and Janice said he pray for the restart of cruising every week. I said, don't we all? There's so much going on all the time. Um, we keep hearing all these the teases going out about um, cruising starting up, and then they recancel again. So we just keep praying that they happen, and in the meantime, we find other ways to have fun. It's like we're going to the Dominican Republic next month in place of a cruise, and that's going to be a fun trip. And I know in July I plan on going out to California to visit some friends for the 4th of July. And if my cruise doesn't happen, then fine. If it does, then I'll be that much closer to Seattle because that's where that cruise is supposed to go for Alaska. But I was just listening to the Seth, the brand ambassador for Holland America this evening, and so far they're still not canceling it. There's still hopes that the trip will happen, so we'll have to see what goes on. It's getting close to the point where final payments are due, so a lot of people are starting to get nervous. Let's see. Sean says, "Oh, right. Let me highlight this one. Bit of good news. Next week, the travel bubble between Australia and New Zealand is opening. That is a good start. Let's hope that it stays that way for you, because I know so many times when Australia tries to do anything, if things go backwards, they pull in the reins and shut down tight again. So I'll pray that everybody stays healthy and you don't have any major outbreaks, and that it be by the end of the year where you'll be open to everybody to come see you again. And by golly, I'll definitely be there. So that's great news. Glad to hear that. So you'll have to keep us informed on how that's going. I know in August, I'm still supposed to go to Europe, and I've been watching the different places there to see how open they are, to make sure that nothing gets closed. We've had a few ports closed and have to reschedule going to a few different stops along the way, but the cruise is still on for that one. So it just kind of gets nerve-wracking after a while, where you keep waiting and waiting and waiting for these things to happen or not happen. And it's kind of like where you just kind of wish that they would either shut down totally or start happening. But this little teasing us month at a time is just getting rough. So what kind of exciting things is everybody doing that isn't a cruise? I know there's been a lot of people been doing camping lately, going to theme parks. A lot of them are open. So some combine it and do their camping at the theme park. So there are still a lot of things out there available. I know last summer I went to Branson, and if cruising were to shut down this summer, I'd probably try to find some more places to go to. Branson, the new season, spring and summer season, is getting ready to start up there. So there's lots going on. I can always go back there. And I definitely want to try out there in, out in Tennessee, the one that's like similar to Branson. I can't remember the name of it now. All of a sudden, somebody can help me out there. But I've never been out that way yet, so I want to try that sometime. And hopefully we'll have some meetups around the country somewhere if we are not cruising, so that everybody gets a chance to meet. And we'll just kind of do what we can and try to meet as many people as we can. Let's see what's on my list. Oh, tomorrow I'm going to have a show at 5 o'clock Central, 6 o'clock Eastern. It's Papa Mosel's old time slot. He said that I could use that for a while because he won't be doing any lives for a while. He's having some kind of health issues, but has not gone into explicit detail about it. But he made it on my show last week, and we chatted some this week as well. So hopefully, he'll get better and get back online. I know we all miss him and send our best for him. And okay, let's see here. Chris says, what was the two different lists they showed? They are, one is a list of my cruises, and the other is a list of just all the group cruises that I'm aware of. The Virgin cruises, that should have been on the list of my cruises, but they're not group cruises, so it wouldn't have been on the group cruise list. And the celebration when's the celebration inaugural? That I don't know. I don't know that right offhand. So I'm not sure when that one is, but if people will send me that information, because I have no way of remembering things this quickly, as many things as I have going on, but I'll try to get the list updated with information as people let me know or as I find out about it. So hopefully we can keep that list going so everybody can have one common place to go find out all that information when they're looking for trips to go on. And I think that'll be helpful. I was started that in a spreadsheet at one time, and so now I'm thinking of doing it on a little more uh, visible scale so everybody can get to it. So we'll see what happens that. Okay, November 21st, 22nd, that's the inaugural of the celebration. And is anybody doing a group cruise on that, or is it just the inaugural? So send me an email or a text or something on it so I got something to refer to later and can remember to research and add that on the list too. So I'd appreciate that. But other than that, that's kind of what I've been up to. I had a long night last night trying to get some sleep because my head was just so full of thoughts and ideas and stuff, thinking about all the stuff I got to pack up and move, and that's not going to be an easy chore. So I'll do what I can, and if it gets to be too much, I was telling some family today that I'll probably just pack up the car with my clothes and my electronics and my animals and say the heck with it and leave and just have somebody come over and sell it like one big estate sale or something and sell everything without even going through a lot of stuff. Because most of the stuff that I'll be going through, I haven't looked at in years anyway. So it's obviously something that's not important enough that I feel I needed. So we'll see what happens. Time will tell. My brother-in-law is coming down Monday. He and his daughter, and they're going to help go through a bunch of stuff that I have that's part of their family and see what stuff they want, because I definitely don't want to get rid of anything. It should stay in the family. And so that should be a fun couple of days. I haven't seen them since my wife passed nearly 2 years ago now, so it'll be good to see them again. Too bad everybody can't come down, but hey, little bits at a time. Oh, let's see here. Okay, Chris says he's on that cruise on the celebration inaugural out of Miami in November. Speaking of inaugural, I went to my AAA office today. I was getting some information. That's what tomorrow's show is going to be about, is my idea to come up with a big plan for a trip on Route 66. So I was going over there to get some information from them today, and I got talking to her, and hopefully I haven't seen her in the chat anywhere yet, but she was going to try and make the show tonight. So keep watching for her. But she's a YouTube fan. She watches a lot of different YouTubers and in the travel community. So I told her, of course, about my show and my channel and everything. So hopefully she'll show up here. And if you are here, speak up in chat so we know you're here and say hi to Hey. And appreciate all the information I got from you today. But I'm going to start, in between everything else I'm doing, I'm going to start researching that plans to do a Route 66 trip. So stay tuned tomorrow to find out more details of what we're kind of working on that. And I even have a Facebook page already started on that, so that we can talk about the plans and that. I can't remember now what the name of the page is. Let me see what I can find here. I haven't done anything with it yet. I got it started, but I'll find it and post. There it is. Dewey's Route 66 trip. That's it. And right now I'm the only person in that. But if you do a search for Dewey's Route 66 trip, you'll find the Facebook page that I started for that. And let me see here if I can post that in. Okay, I posted the link for that Facebook page in chat, so hopefully everybody can see that. If not, then I guess I'll have to figure out how else to do that. But And I'll post that on some other places too, so that it gets a chance to get shown up, so people who are interested in the trip can come and help plan it. We're going to do, ideally, what I want to do. Well, I'll save that for tomorrow. We got to have something to come to the show tomorrow and watch for. So stay tuned tomorrow for more details on that show, on that trip. I almost did a group cruise next June, but unfortunately, it conflicted with too many other things that I had going on, and it wasn't going to work out. So I didn't do that. But there was a group cruise planned that canceled. So I thought, well, maybe I can take that over before it gets full. But it didn't work on my schedule well yet. So I'm still targeting 2023 to plan things, because I don't have any cruises past the Vloggers cruise. Of course, the gal at AAA was surprised when I told her how many people were signed up to go on that Vloggers cruise already. And, of course, she was jealous. She would have loved to have been able to book everybody for that. But, yeah, nah, don't think so. Don't think so. But that'll be an exciting cruise with so many people. It's like if you haven't met anybody by then, that's the cruise to go on to meet people, I think. There'll be a lot of people there. And, it looks like Dave and Brandy are here. I saw somebody saying hi to them. Good. Glad to, there they are. Yep. Glad to have you here as well, Dave and Brandy. So thank you for your support. And the more the merrier. And should be a lot of fun. We were just talking about my Route 66 idea. So tomorrow's show, we're going to talk about that. So stay tuned if you want to find out more details on that. Let me see, everything I hit on my list already. So we still got time to go here. I know after this show is the Thirsty Thursday. Did anybody see the link that I posted for Facebook? And so I want to know if it showed up for anybody to see. And if it didn't, then I won't bother posting any other links. But otherwise, I want to make sure that they show up, because sometimes with YouTube, you never know. And I'm still funny that I can't figure out how to make any moderators in here, because when I click on the two little buttons where I'm supposed to do it, it just says report and block. So not sure what the deal is there. So I'll have to do some experimenting, I guess, and see, so that I get moderators to help me with stuff like that. Let's see. Okay, Lindy Lou, you're talking about March 22, but Karen says 23. Are you talking about the Route 66 trip? That I'm thinking of either spring or fall, because I don't want to go in the winter, because the Illinois and this beginning part of it would be too cold, and summertime, the desert part would be way too hot. So we'll probably do it either spring or a fall trip. I'm not sure which one. But 23 is the year I am planning for that, since I don't have anything going on yet that year. Next year is pretty busy. Let's see. Okay. Let's see what we're doing with the thumbs up bit. So we've still got 23 people and 19 thumbs, or at least that's what it's showing on my end. It hasn't changed, so I don't know if that's accurate or not. But if you like the show, go ahead and hit that thumbs up, and don't forget to hit the subscribe if you like it, so we can let you know when more shows are coming up. And if you guys let me know what kind of things you'd like to see on this show, Otherwise, I will continue with my own agendas all the time. I want to make sure to be providing what anybody wants to see. I see, Dave and Brandy were talking about the celebration. I know there's a lot of different ships going out at that time. I think I am on the Vista out of New Orleans, I think, for the celebration. Or no, Galveston. I think it's Galveston. Yeah. So, but there's other groups of ships going in different places. So that should be an exciting trip, especially with the meetup out in the middle of the ocean somewhere. Um, that'll be a fun trip. I'm looking forward to that. And is there anybody going on the revised Mardi Gras schedule and stuff? I don't know when their inaugural is now. I would guess it would be sometime in July since they've canceled everything through June now. So I'm not sure when the first cruise in July is. But at the rate they're going, and the cruise in September could end up being the inaugural. You never know. They just keep postponing every month as things go on. With all the different, and the Virgin Cruise Line, I thought that we would be on the inaugural for that in September because they canceled all the way up to September 17th. And I'm going on a back-to-back, the first one on the 22nd and then the second one on the 27th, I think. So we thought maybe that'd make it, but now it looks like Virgin's going to England for the summer since they can't sail here. So it looks like they get the inaugural of it. But maybe we'll get lucky and get the U.S. inaugural for it. So it'll be interesting to see what Virgin Cruise Lines is like. So I know on the first cruise going on the 22nd, we've got Bill and Lucy from MGM Travel are going to be on that one. And then on the second one on the 27th, Mark and Stephanie from the Cruise World are going to be on that one. So it'll be good to travel with both of those people and be anxious to see if anybody else will end up on either of those cruises. So that'll be a lot of fun. And don't know where I'll be at the time, whether I'll be flying down there to go or whether I'll already be down there. So that I almost booked some airfare the other day for it, and then I thought, well, I better wait because I don't know where I'm going to be, and it might be hard to cancel and change things if I try to do it too quickly. So that's another reason I want to get down to Florida. I've got between the next 16 months, I'll be traveling down there 9 different times for cruises. So if I'm already there, I can save a lot of money on airfare going back and forth from there. But then I'll just have to fly back up here to visit family and stuff. So either way, I'll probably end up flying a bunch. That don't bother me any, fortunately. So, but tonight, I think we like I said, Ronnie and Emma on Life is Good today. They'll be doing the Thirsty Thursday, and I'm ready for it. God knows I could use a nice, good Thursday evening of fun. I believe they are having. See, who do they got tonight? Can't remember now who it is they've got tonight, but it should be a lot of fun. It always is. And I see Beach Please is here. Hot dog, hey, Betsy and Mike. I'm glad to see you guys here. Thanks for coming. And after we get done here, we'll all have to make sure to go over to Ronnie and Alma's to party it up there for a couple hours. That's always a good time on there. That was why I started this show on this time slot, because then I figured I'd be ready to unwind when the show got over with by going over to their show. So that's it. Russell Blue is on tonight. Thank you, Cindy. I knew that I had heard who it was, but I couldn't remember. So it's Russell Blue. So, and he's entertaining. I always enjoy. I think out of all the different people that Ronnie has on there, I think he's my favorite. So it should be a fun night tonight. And I already got my bottle of wine ready and hopefully we'll have a great time over there. So, um, anybody has any special shows coming up? Let's go. Feel free to post your information. Um, I see Lindy Lou is saying something about answering my phone. I don't hear anything ringing, so um, maybe I've gotten a mute. I know it isn't my phone ringing. It must be another tone. Maybe I didn't even hear it or pay attention. I know last week I was surprised when I watched the replay that I started my show exactly on time and ended it exactly on time, because at the beginning of the show I could hear my grandfather clock chiming, and at the end of the show I heard it chiming. So I thought that was pretty ironic that it picked up that sound from so far away and kind of signed on and signed off the show. Uh, I don't know. I know tonight I tried to start it right correctly on the right time. So Leanne Francisconi, hot dog. Thank you for coming in tonight. Glad to see you here. That I just love it when we get such great people in here uh, checking out the show, especially a new show like mine. So uh, I see everybody on all the other shows. I just love being able to be in the chats on so many other shows. We were talking on Marco Polo today, whether people like to watch videos or whether they like to watch live shows or replays. I like to watch videos because that's what got me first started to get onto YouTube, researching and finding different videos on different ships and locations and all that stuff. But then I like the lives too because they're entertaining in a whole different way. And I like to watch the lives while they're live because I like the interaction. And it really gets to be frustrating when I'm watching the replay of a live and I'm so used to responding to things that I hear on lives that when I'm watching a replay, I want to go right away in there and chat and make a comment and realize, no, I can't do it. Nobody will see it. There's nothing going on. So I don't like the replays very often unless it's something like uh, the Love and Marriage show or something like that, where there wasn't that much interaction and the show itself is the whole purpose of it. Then that makes it, or if it's an interview, a lot of times too, that can be entertaining. But the ones that are interactive with people, I just love to be there in the live at the moment. And I did I didn't realize how much I did not watch regular TV until I was out in California. And a friend I went to visit asked what was on one night while we were going to watch TV, and I couldn't tell her. It's like, I don't know. I can tell you what YouTubers are on, but I could not tell you what TV shows were on because I don't watch TV that much anymore. I recently cut down my TV on the cable and cut it like well and past half. And I've just got local stuff, but I'll eventually probably get rid of, especially if I move, I probably won't get cable other than whatever's needed for the internet. But TV, I'll just limit to whatever I can find on the internet now because most of what I watch is the local channels, and you can usually get that over the air with high def antennas anyway, or on stuff like YouTube TV. I've been hearing a lot of good stuff. There we go. That is a good topic to quickly talk about. Do anybody here subscribe to YouTube TV, and what do you think of it as far as what's available? I've been hearing a lot of good things about it, and I thought, well, that might be a very good alternative instead of paying my cable TV to have it because I just don't watch enough shows. Is there a big enough choice on it, do you find? So if anybody, hey, Sharon, it sees here. Good. I'm glad to see that. Thank you so much, Sharon and Jamie, whichever or if both of you are here. That really makes me feel good to see people like yourselves here on the show. And we're talking about the YouTube TV. So if anybody has that, kind of speak up in chat there or let us know what it's like. I would love to hear some details on it. And I know I subscribe to Netflix and Hulu and I think I even have HBO Max because sometimes there's some shows there that I like to catch. I get kind of disappointed when some of the shows that I like to watch, binge on, and then when all of a sudden the seasons are over, you got to wait forever for a new season to come out. That gets frustrating and hard to be with, kind of put up with and decide what else you're going to watch. So then you start searching for similar shows on that. So what do you like to binge watch? Do you have anything special that is your guilty pleasure, say, that you like to binge watch, or you know even just watch on a regular basis on the internet? Oh, okay. She says they work for a large cable company, so they get everything free. I like that. I can handle that, especially with the free pie. Hopefully, you got real good internet with it. I get my internet through Comcast, and I'm happy with it. For me, unfortunately, that's not the same way all around town here. Some places in town don't get very good um, service, and it cuts out and drops on them all the time. But I live in a relatively new neighborhood, so I don't have that problem too much. So I do like that. And okay, Sarah likes to watch BC slots. For some reason, that doesn't surprise me. As much as you like your slots and stuff, and I think I've caught a few episodes of that before when I've been surfing like through YouTube and all, and it surprises me that they even let people like that view video stuff in the casinos the way they're always so stringent on it. But it is kind of fun to watch and see what's going on. Hey, Kevin Counts, glad to see you're here tonight. I appreciate that. Grilling up some chicken tonight and flat iron steak and pork. Oh my goodness, now I'm getting hungry. I don't even know what I got planned for dinner tonight. I hadn't eaten anything yet this evening, so I'll come over. You keep a piece warm for me, and I'll be there. Oh goodness. Uh, Betsy says she likes to binge watch everything shallow TV. Watch a lot Caribbean Living. That's a good show. I like to watch them. I had a whole bunch of them recorded at one time until I finally got caught up. And that's another thing too about wanting to thin down my possessions and stuff and try to go minimalist when I move, because then if I decide to move again or get an opportunity, it'd be a lot easier to do if I don't have a whole bunch of stuff that I have to keep continuously repacking. So Lindy Lou, you say you've got AT&T internet and TV. What do you think of your service? I know I had when I was working in tech support, I had a lot of people that had issues with the AT&T internet, especially. So I'd be interested to hear what kind of service you think of it, because they come out here in our neighborhood all the time, and I just poo-poo them away when they come to my door, because there's like no way I would switch to them over my Comcast. And I'm very happy with my Comcast, and I plan to stay with them. And we do have a fiber service here in town, but it's only in selected neighborhoods, and ours is far enough out on the edge of town. I have a feeling it'd be quite a while before we get it, because there's places in town that don't have it yet because they base it on need. So and like the building we just bought this summer for our lodge, we're only like 2 blocks from downtown, and they don't have it out there yet. And so we keep waiting for it out there so that we can have online meetings in conjunction with our real live meetings, and have a lot of our out-of-state members be able to attend, because all summer long, when we had no meetings allowed, we were just meeting online, and we had some of the best attendance and meetings that we've had in years. So we're hoping that eventually we can since they're allowing hybrid meetings, we can have both live and online members attend. So that would be a great alternative. But with all these Zoom meetings and other ways that you can do things online, it's been a great way to keep in touch with people all during this pandemic. And I know I probably see and talk to more of you folks than I do my own family and friends right here in town. I know I've got two brothers I haven't seen since the pandemic started. I've seen my sisters because I got the one sister lives right here in town and invites me over quite often for stuff. And then I've got my sister in Indianapolis that I've been over there to visit with them. But my brothers, both of them live about 20 or so miles south of here, and they both work up here in town. But I take it back. My youngest brother I did see in July when I was car shopping because I went to his dealership. So I did get to see him for a brief spell. But my other brother and his wife, I don't think I've seen them since before everything started. So, a lot of people say, well, if you moved to Florida, you're going to miss the family. And it's like, yeah, I kind of miss them now. And at least if in Florida, I can still fly back to see him when something's going on, and I'll probably see him just as much as I have been in the last year or so. So we'll have to see what happens. Team Hutchins, I'm glad that you came, and I see that you got work to do, so you got to leave. We're going to be having to tune out here. We got a couple more minutes, so it's time to kind of wrap things up. And we need to send everybody. We want to kind of flood over to Life is Good Today and help and enjoy their Thirsty Thursday events. So I want to thank everybody for coming tonight. Make sure you've hit the subscribe and the thumbs up button if you enjoyed the show, and please feel free at any point along the line to leave me any feedback on the show, what you thought, what you'd like to see, what you didn't like. And because I'm still new at all of this, I'm good at talking, but trying to run a whole show, it can be difficult to sit there and fill a whole hour of your own self talking. So, do you want to see more people on, like guests and stuff? Because we can get guests up here. Otherwise, I'll keep coming up with my own agendas, and we'll just kind of see what happens with it. But thank you, everybody, for coming tonight. It's been a lot of fun, and we will see you over at Life is Good Today. So you all have a great evening, and let me pop up here with my little outro.
Yeah. Out there, we like to party. Listen up, yeah, it's time to start it. And I know you got it. You with me, let's rock this party. All the girls on the side say, and all my fellas on the side say, tonight we're gonna fly high to the skies, 'cause we're gonna have a taste of the good life. Here we go up. We're gonna rock this spot till it goes up.